Hi, this is Donna Waters coming at you from the Rockies, and we're going to be talking about growing microgreens today. And I've tried a few different ways I want to share with you. One is in just water, like you could grow sprouts. One is in a germination mix, and the third approach I took was just a kit where growing coconut coir, and it's all the seeds and everything are all integrated. And all three methods were great. So I want to share a little bit of just kind of the results I got, and how I put it together, where I got the materials and all that. The first option is a seed sprouting tray. I use Now brand sprouting seeds for this. You can get sprouting and microgreen seeds from companies like Mums, Botanical Interests, and True Leaf, among others. What I'd recommend is just follow the instructions that come with your sprouting tray. I just want to point out two things. You'll want to soak them in the bottom tray before you put them in the top tray so they're less likely to fall through. Also, you'll want to change the water twice a day to prevent pathogens from growing on your sprouts, and I will link some FDA guidance on that below. Once the sprouts are green and leafy, then you'll want to add nutrients and some lighting to support the microgreen growth. I use Flora Grow, and it's very concentrated, so I'm just putting a drop in a pitcher of water. A bright area by a window will probably be sufficient for growing microgreens, but I use fluorescent grow lights, and I'm seeing prices on LEDs coming down, so those might be worth a look as well. The second option is growing in a germination mix. I'm using Lambert LM1, which was recommended by American Clayworks in Denver. We're in a pretty arid environment here. If you're in a humid environment, you might want to skip the vermiculite and go with a mix like Lambert LM18. Now, whether Lambert is available in your area or not, I'm sure there's some mix that will work for you. I would just ask your local supplier what people are using to grow microgreens there. The trays and flats are from Bootstrap Farmer. They're about $6 or $7 a pair, and according to Bootstrap Farmer, they're dishwasher safe. They're also much stronger than the lightweight black trays that I've used in the past. I chose to go with the 10 by 10 size rather than the 10 by 20 for ease of loading and emptying, and so they'd easily fit in the dishwasher. I also wanted to be able to load and empty the trays without spilling the germination mix, so I went with 2-inch tall trays, and I filled them with about 3/4 of an inch of germination mix. Also, I find that the 2-inch tall trays are more versatile since I can use them for germinating other plants. Every 3 or 4 days, you'll want to spray a little water into the flat, just as needed to keep the roots moist, and that's it. So it's pretty low maintenance, and I think this is the way to go if you're going to grow a lot of microgreens for your own use. Now, if you're going to make a business out of it, then you probably want to go with the larger 10 by 20 trays and go with the 1-inch so you can more easily harvest the microgreens. And in that case, I'd recommend you check out Curtis Stone's videos since he's the expert in market gardening. If you don't have the availability to change the water twice daily like you would with the sprouting tray, and you don't want to deal with germination mix because you're doing this in the kitchen, you may already be considering coconut coir or hemp as a growing medium. And I think these are both great options. The only problem I see is that either you're buying expensive pre-cut pieces or a big roll, which is more economical in the long run. But if you've never grown microgreens before, you're probably not going to want to spend $70 on a roll of coconut coir. In that case, you might want to check out a kit made by Hamama. It's a water tray with a seed quilt that's bonded to a pad of coconut coir. The top layer of the quilt shades the seeds from light, which helps the germination rate, and it also puts a downward pressure on the sprouts, which makes the seedlings more sturdy. When you get your kit, you're going to fill the tray with water, and you add the quilt. A couple weeks later, the seedlings will pop up the top of the quilt. You remove that top layer, and then a few days later, you can harvest your microgreens. Anyway, I've posted links below to all the growing supplies so you can try this yourself. Let me know what ends up working for you. It's so wonderful to be able to grow your own food, which is why I made this video, and there will be more to come. So I'll see you next time. Happy growing.